Hello YouTube and the rest of the world. I'm gonna make a video today on the 25th of December where everybody celebrates Christmas. Because as a newborn Christian just of this year, I thought it would be interesting to put a little light on this Christmas that is celebrated all over the world, which is sold as some kind of holiday for Christians, but actually it is not. It is, first of all, and I think that is something that everybody knows who went out these last days, just a day of consumerism, that you just have to spend your money. And this has been worse and worse the last years. I mean, for the moment, it is just like that in the United States of America, for example, when you just have eaten your last piece of turkey, then afterwards you really have to go and spend your money just to satisfy the consumer needs of this society, so-called society. But the worst thing of it all is um, that we are betrayed by believing that this is a Christian holiday, which it is absolutely not. And I'm gonna read a few things that I have from a website and from a movie, and all the links can be found in the video description, so that you can later check that out and do your own research on this, because like always, don't believe me, do your own research and check it out if I'm right or not. I'm gonna read a little part to you right now. That is the term Christmas, along with all other things that are said loudly, publicly, dogmatically, violently and incessantly, and with the assistance of $4 billion a year in commercial promotions, rank this holy day as the loudest of the entire year. Beginning now, even before Americans finish their last piece of turkey on Thanksgiving, the promotions for Christmas begins. Why so much effort? Why is the tone so loud that it literally drowns everything else out? Why is it promoted to the point of compulsion? The answer to these questions are shocking and not all what you have been told, neither as an American nor as a Christian. Well, every time when I say in this video American, you can take almost everyone in the westernized world, okay? So let's say world citizen, EU citizen, whatever. So this Christmas hoax is celebrated all over the world. So when I use the term American, you can just fill in your own country's name, I guess. Virtually everything you have been told and been subjected to is pure propaganda and disinformation. In fact, this day of imperial sun worship, S-U-N worship, from ancient Rome's golden days of absolutist medieval fascist dictatorship are being intentionally restored in America, for precisely its same ancient function, not religion but control. And control is simply put the overly nice word of it. In political terms, it might be called fascist dictatorship. In theological terms, it is simply called demonic. Naturally, it wraps itself in layers upon layers of flags and Jesus statues, buttons and bumper stickers to sucker its primary obstacle into its own ranks, and unfortunately it has worked. Rome's solar mass, to a deity identified in the Bible as Apollyon, is it not now, nor has it ever been a Christ Mass, and no Protestant in history ever called it that without cringing, some fearing even speaking in the title itself to be an act of blasphemy. The real origin and meaning of Rome's solar Mass to Apollyon even troubled Latin fathers, who also denounced its ritual, fraudulently conducted in the name of Christ. Now, I can assure you that in the beginning of the founding of America, it was even forbidden to celebrate the 25th of December, the Christmas. And as you can see on the picture here, there's a public notice from the 17th century of America that the observance of Christmas deemed a sacrilege, the enhancing gifts of greetings, dressing in fine clothing, fitting in similar satanical practices are hereby forbidden. And on the other hand, you see an article from the New York Daily Times of December 26, 1855. Churches of the Presbyterians, Baptists and Methodists were not open on December 25th. They do not accept the day as a holy one. So get out today and see if they're still the Presbyterians, Baptists and Methodist churches are closed. I bet they are not. And why is that? Because in the meantime all these kind of churches have been infiltrated by the Jesuits. And because the Jesuits control all religions in the world, all organized religions in the world, they go their way. So, happy Saturnalia, or happy Mithras. You know, when you turn to the Bible, I want to quote something from Jeremiah chapter 10 from the King James Version of the Bible. Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1 to 5. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of a forest, the works of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be borne, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So, my point here that I'm making is that you really have to go back into the history, into the Babylonian history, to understand where this worship, this sun worship on the 25th of December comes from. That has to do with the winter solstice. You know, the sun always moves around, and there are 3 days in the year that it doesn't move around. That is the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of December. Those are the days that the sun is dead. Yeah? It dies in 21st of September when it got stung by the scorpion, by Scorpio, and then it is dead for 3 days, and it rises again on the 25th of December, because that is the first day that the sun moves 1 degree from the south where it is back to the north. Until the 21st of March, then you have the Passover, when it passes the equator and comes back, appears back on the northern hemisphere. And this sun worship is because, well, they made an offering in the days of Halloween where they celebrate the dead, and then on the 25th of December they celebrate the rising of the sun again. The life will continue, the winter is over, something like that. The real origin of Christmas has to do with the ancient Babylon. It is bound up in the organized apostasy with which Satan has gripped a deceived world these many centuries. In Egypt it was always believed that the son of Iris, or the Egyptian name for the Queen of Heaven, which is also Semiramis, the mother and the wife of Nimrod of Babylon, was born on December 25th. Semiramis also bore the title Queen of Heaven, and she was Nimrod's mother. Paganism celebrated this famous birthday over most of the known world centuries for the birth of Christ. Christmas as a pagan holiday traces back thousands of years before to a man named Nimrod, founder of ancient pagan Babylon. December 25th was highly honored and recognized by Nimrod's supporters. Many centuries later, this pagan custom was Christianized as being the birthday of Christ. December 25th was celebrated as Nimrod's birthday. Generally, all mankind is fast asleep, dreaming this old Babylonian dream. This is a deception of Satan. Jesus Christ was not born on December 25th, but December 25th can be traced back to Genesis and a man named Nimrod. Nimrod was the founder of a great false religious system that began in ancient Babylon that has always opposed the truth of God. It's time we face facts. This world is deceived just as God prophesied it would be when you open Revelation 12 verse 9. And Revelation 12 verse 9 reads, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." End quote. Satan is the power behind this deception. Satan has successfully pawned off the old customs of the Babylonian mystery religion as being pleasing to Jesus Christ. December 25th, not only was Mithras, the sun god of Mithraism, said to be born at this time of the year, but Osiris, Horus, Hercules, Bacchus, Adonis, Jupiter, Tammuz, and other sun gods were also supposedly born at what today is called the Christmas season, the winter solstice. The winter solstice in December was the time at which all of the sun gods from Osiris to Jupiter and Mithra had celebrated their birthdays, the celebration being adorned with the pine tree of Adonis, the holy of Saturn, and the mistletoe of the pagan druids, tapers and candles represented, the kindling of the newborn sun god's fire. Subtly, the old gods had entered their churches, and they still live in the festivals of Christianity. Now, you really have to be busy with these with this old Babylonian religion to understand this. Semiramis was the wife of Nimrod. Nimrod was a hunter. He got killed. His body was put in pieces and Semiramis and scattered all over the river. I think it was Euphrates, if I'm not mistaken. And they gathered all the pieces together, and one piece they could not find. And that one piece they could not find was his sexual organ. This is why we have this in the sun worship, this obelisks representing the male phallus in this very sexual church of Catholicism. The Catholic Church is not Christian, but they lure Christians into them, and then they wrap them around with all kinds of wrong teachings and doctrines, of course. So that is why in Revelation 18 God says, "Come out of her, my people, that you not be partakers of her sins and iniquities." So you see, what they are selling us as a holiday is just something that they want us to do, by that we are exact Satan, and we pray actually to Satan without even knowing it. So that's why you have to inform yourself, and there's nothing wrong with having a nice family day with your family and people that you love, but that doesn't have to be on the 25th of December. You can do that all days. It's the same with this Mother Day and all these things, you know. Love your family and love your neighbor all days, and not just because it's some kind of a holiday. So I'm gonna end up with this. I wish you a very nice ending of the year, and I wish you also a very successful year of 2014. I hope that you will take into account the things that I said here in the video and do your own research on it, and then see for yourself how you have been betrayed. And well, whether you're a Christian or whether you're not a Christian, it should always lead you to think about. But surely when you are a Christian, really do me the favor and stop worshipping this sun worship holiday 25th of December as Christmas. Go into yourself, say a prayer to Jesus Christ, and that will give you more salvation than every dollar or every euro or whatever you spend for someone to make someone else happy. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Wish you a fine day further, and God bless you. Bye bye.